Hello, Northgate Eagles! How are you doing today? Wow, I'm so excited to see you. Today is the last day of March. Can you believe it? It is Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. And I'm here today to help us practice a little bit of math. Miss Runa and I were talking, and we decided that we are going to be helping you in different areas. She will be helping you with all of our ELA materials. English language arts includes the reading, phonemic awareness, and writing. Mrs. Mulder, I will be helping you with math. So to get started, for today, let's listen to this easy, fun, and also silly song.
Five little ducks went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only four little ducks came back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four little ducks went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only three little ducks came back. 1, 2, 3. Three little ducks went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only two little ducks came back. 1, 2. Two little ducks went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but only one little duck came back. 1. One little duck went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mother duck said quack, 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 but none of the five little ducks came back. Sad Mother Duck went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mother Duck said quack, 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 and all of the five little ducks came back. Five little ducks went out one day, over the hill and far away. Mother Duck said quack, 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 and all of the five little ducks came back.
Oh, I hope you enjoy that. I love that. Now, why, you may wonder, did Mrs. Mulder play that song? What does that have to do with our math lesson today? Well, it has to do with it a lot. So let me start by telling you what today's lesson is going to be about. Kindergarten math, remote learning, week 1. This week we are going to be working with counting and cardinality. This is the Common Core State Standard 4A. So parents, if you want to look it up and read a little bit more about it, it's under counting and cardinality, or you could also find KCC 4A. For you, my little kiddos, today learning target is I can count to tell the number of objects. So just like in the song, Mama Duckling was counting her little ducklings, or Mama Duck, I should say, pardon my English, Mama Duck was counting her little ducklings. And she was making sure that every time she called, quack, 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 that she had that number of ducklings with her. So if you look at my picture down here, what do I mean by that? Well, if I have 1, I should represent 1 and show that number of objects. In this case, I have 1 dot. If my number is 5, I represent 5. I count 5 and I make sure that this quantity represents that number and this number represents this quantity. And if it is 10, the same thing. I show my number, I represent it, I count, and I make sure that this quantity matches this number. So, mathematicians, today and every day, whenever you are counting to tell the number of objects, make sure that your number matches the quantity, that your number matches the number of objects, or that your number of objects matches the number that you counted. So just to give you a little bit better idea of what is it that we do when we are counting objects to practice that one-to-one correspondence. Well, we count the objects, we say the numbers in the standard order, pairing each of those numbers with one and only one object that matches that quantity. Or we count the objects and then try to match that number of objects, that amount, that quantity with only one number. Okay? For example, watch me as I count my collection of markers and pen. I'm going to count using standard numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I counted 7 writing tool and I have 7. So my number of objects, my quantity matches the number I said. I counted 7 and I have 7. That is what one-to-one correspondence is. Make sure that when you count and you say that number matches your quantity. 1, 1. If I say 3, then yes, it is 3. Or 7, it is 7. So, how do we practice one-to-one correspondence? Well, you could play around the house, for example, counting your dining room chairs. As you touch each chair, you count it. Once you're done, then you could say the amount that you have. For example, right now, right here in my dining room, this is where I am right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 chairs. I counted 6 and I have 6. So that's one way that you could practice. Another way that you could practice is using your fingers. You probably noticed from the beginning that I have these dots here on my hands. You don't have to draw the dots, and Room 7 kindergarteners, you already know that. You could put little stickers or not. You could simply use the sections on each finger to count. And parents, I tell the kids that by counting with the sections on our fingers, instead of being able to just count fingers and count to 10, we could count to 30. And if we close by lacing our fingers together, then we could get to 31. In kindergarten, we try to count to 31 so that the students practice counting past 30 and then back to 1. That really develops all the skills around recalling information, recognizing numbers, just basically everything around recalling information and recognition. So for that, let's practice counting. So kiddos, are you ready? Hands up. And you're gonna use your thumb for that. If you cannot stretch your thumb all the way over here, you could also use your other hand. So this is how we do it. Ready? Mathematicians, ready to count by 1 to 31. Make sure that you touch a section because we're practicing one-to-one correspondence. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Other hand. We said 15 and we have 15 sections in one hand. Now 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. We did it! Oh my God! Are you ready? Take a deep breath and exhale. Get your brain ready and let's count backwards from 31. 31. Open your hands. 30. 29. 28. 27. 26. 25. 24. 23. 22. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. And what comes next? You got it! 15, 14, 13, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Where did I get confused? 2 and 1. You get the point, you get the idea. So that is why I put the little dots. Because when I put the little dots or little stickers, then I could clearly see them. And you want to know a little trick? If you do have stickers and you put those little stickers, then once you're done counting or you're gonna count backwards, then you could start peeling them off as you count. And that is also one-to-one correspondence. I do not have the stickers at home, so we cannot practice it like that. But if you do have it, you could do it. If you have like tangerines at home, you could use those cutie stickers. If you have bananas, you could use those cheeky banana stickers, whatever you have. But that's another way of practicing. So the next activity I'm going to show you is something that goes perfectly well with Miss Ruth's lesson this morning. This morning, Miss Ruth showed you how to do a memory card game to practice your sight words. And this afternoon, I'm going to show you what I call OTOC, OTOC Memory Cards Game. What is OTOC Memory Cards Game? Well, OTOC stands for 1-to-1 Correspondence Memory Game. It's just a number matching game. But sometimes I just like to give them a fancy name just to make us feel like we're working ready, that we're getting ready towards college. So here it goes. For this game, just like Ms. Ruth told you this morning, you will need any kind of paper. You will need scissors and you will need a writing tool. Once you have your piece of paper, right here I have just printing copy paper. You will begin just with that piece of paper. Let's say you're using this one. Mine right now is a really big rectangle. You see these two long sides and these two short sides. What shape is this? You got it, rectangle. Well, I get this rectangle and I fold it in half. And you're gonna fold it in half, the long side, just like a hot dog. In kindergarten, we call this the hot dog folding. If we were to go the other way, then we call this one the burger because it's a little bit shorter. So we're going to start with the hot dog folding, or folding it in half, just to make two skinnier rectangles. Again, rectangle, see the two long sides and the two short sides. Then place your fingers on each side, each of the shorter side on this rectangle, and fold in half again. Now this long rectangle becomes a smaller rectangle. Again, two long sides, two short sides. Place your hands on the short sides and fold in half again. And once you fold it, make sure you go over the edges just to make sure that you put a special mark on it. Once you open your small rectangle and you go back to the biggest rectangle, then you realize that you have a lot of small rectangles all together. Let's count and see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or you could also practice counting by twos. 2, 4, 6, 8. Once you practice your counting, then you're ready to cut. For me, I like to, and I'm tilting the computer over to my table, and I'm sorry, there is a glare from my window. I'm tilting this so that you could see what I do. I like to get a highlighter or a writing tool, and then I put marks over the lines so that I could see this very well. And it also helps me practice with tracing my lines and other skills. Okay, now you are ready to cut. I like placing my paper like this, and the kids always enjoy when I'm cutting. So if you do not have like children's size scissors at home, then parents, please, you might help the kids cut. So I like cutting the middle part first, and then place one half on top of the other, and then follow my lines to cut all the small sections. And one more cut. Now I have all my cards complete. Here is another opportunity to practice your one-to-one correspondence. I remember seeing 8 rectangles. I counted 8. Now I'm going to double check and make sure that I have the number I said, the number I recall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. If you're doing a simple version of this game, these cards might be enough. But if you want to challenge yourself and do it in a variation I'm about to show you, then you will need more than 8 cards. So after you have your cards all cut, then you will need to start writing the numbers on the cards. I wrote the number, I wrote the word, and then I drew a picture to represent that amount. We cannot see it on 0, but we see it right here on 1. 1, 2, the word, and 2 shapes, 2 objects to represent that amount. 3, 4, and 5. That is the first deck. Then you get to draw a second or third, fourth deck using different parts of the first deck. You could draw just the number or just the object or just the number using the word, or you could do a 10 frame representing that number. Here is the same with the other numbers. 2, just for you to see what it looked like with the 2 objects, with the number word, and what it looks like on the 10 frame. If you're doing bigger numbers, you could do tally marks, you could do number lines, you could represent the numbers different ways. Once you have all your decks completed, then you will ask the student, let's see if you could see my table. You could ask the student to flip all the cards. Okay? Since it is a memory game, they need to remember where the cards are. If you do only 2 sets, then they will have to flip 2 cards. But if you do, like I did, 4 different decks, just to kind of challenge ourselves a little bit, then you will have to flip 4 cards. So for example, I'm going to flip this one, and then we ask the student, what number is that? 2. How many objects do you see? 2. What does this word say? 2. How do you know? Well, this is number 2. 1, 2. I see 2 squares. And when I say the word 2, I hear the letter T at the beginning, and this is a letter T. 2. I know this is 2. Okay, so now we're going to flip another card to find the match. Oh, what is that? 1 triangle. Does that amount matches this number? No. Okay, how do you know it doesn't match? Because this is only 1. This is 2. 1 is less than 2. 2 is 1 more than 1. Okay, let's put it back. Let's see if we could flip one more that shows us that is 2. Uh-oh. Is this one a match? Does this one represent this amount? Maybe. I see the letter T over here, and I see the letter T over here. Okay, what other clue can we use? Oh, let's count the number of objects. 1, 2. This is 2. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's not the same. This is 3. 3 is more than 2. 3 is 1 more than 2. 2 is 1 less than 3. 3 comes after 2. 2 comes before 3. There is a lot of things that you could practice while doing this. You could take it that route, or you could just focus on the quantity and matching the quantity to the number. Okay, so we're going to put the 3 back, and we're going to continue flipping until we find that's 1. It doesn't match. Oh, I found the 2. I found a match. 2 and 2. And you continue to play this really fun, engaging game with the students until you find all the match for the cards you have created. Again, with this game, the students not only practice one-to-one correspondence skills, they get to practice recalling skills and recognition skills, which are very important throughout their school years and for life. Recalling information, recognizing information, and keeping in mind what they're using it for. So again, this game is just a memory game. For me, to differentiate it from the reading one, I will call it, like the one that Miss Ruth do this morning, I will call it SW. Memory card, just for sight word, memory card game. This one I call it the OnetoOne memory game, for one-to-one correspondence memory game, but you could just call it math memory game. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that it's easy to do at home with whatever resources you could find around. As you could see, mine are pieces of paper from an old calendar. I could use the markers, I could use just the fingers, or you could also practice with different objects around the house. For example, I'm gonna tilt this again so you could see it. With the cards, you have these cards on the table again. Okay, I'm gonna just do a few here to make it quick. And then you find some objects and you ask your student, like I found all my hair clips, I have a lot of those, and then you ask your student, what number is this? 1. Can you show me that amount? 1. What number is this? 5. Can you show me that amount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How do you know this is 5? I was counting the objects as I was putting them to match the number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I counted 5. I have 5 objects. I could see the number 5. I could read the word 5 and I could see the picture that shows 5. All of the ways that I could prove as a mathematician that this number matches this quantity. So that is all for today. And before I go, kindergarteners, what do we work on today? Yes, one-to-one correspondence. What does that mean? We can count to tell the number of objects. So remember, today and every day, whenever you count a group of objects, make sure that your number matches the quantity. That is it for today. I miss you all. Keep on reading, keep on learning. Stay tuned, there is more coming. Watch on our channel. Miss Ruth is going to be putting daily morning messages, and these math lessons will be coming once or twice a week. So stay tuned for more. And remember, be kind, be safe, and be learners. See you next time. Bye-bye.